Hello students. In the last session we have discussed different types of extraction metallurgy. So in that one we are having pyrometallurgy and electrometallurgy. All these things we have studied in the previous session. So in that one what we have studied how to extract metals from their ores. So what are the different methods we are having? Those things we have discussed in the previous session. And along with that, we also discussed what are the raw materials that are used to produce iron and steel. So in general, so how we can get iron and steel from these ores. So what are the raw materials we are going to use for production of this iron and steel? And what are the methods we are having? That means how to produce this iron and steel. What are the different methods we are having in our syllabus? Those things we have discussed in the previous session. That means, so what are the raw materials we have discussed? So we are having iron ore and your limestone. And next, what we are having one reducing agent. Okay, what is that one? You are having a reducing agent. For that, we are having different, see here, if you see iron ore, limestone and coke. Okay, these things we have discussed in the previous session. That means for getting iron, we need these three raw materials. Along with these three materials, we should have oxygen. That means a flow of air we require for burning of this coke. Okay, these things we have discussed in the previous session. And what are the different types of iron ores we are having? We are having hematite, magnetite, limonite, siderite. All these things are the iron ores for which acts as a raw material in the extraction of iron from the ores. Later we have discussed so how they are manufactured, how the iron is manufactured by using different furnaces. So first we have discussed regarding pig iron. So pig iron is made from blast furnace, and later we have discussed how the wrought iron is made from puddling furnace and which is having 99% purity. And later we have discussed how cast iron is made from cupola. That means, so from cupola you are having the final product as cast iron, and from the puddling furnace you are having the final product as wrought iron, and from the blast furnace you are having this pig iron as the final product. Okay, later we have discussed different furnaces for making steel. So in that one we have discussed LD converter, Bessemer converter, open hearth process, and later we have discussed electrical furnaces. In electrical furnaces we are having electric arc furnaces and electric induction furnaces. So those things we have discussed in the previous session. If you see here, so what we are going to discuss today. So today, in today's session, we are going to discuss this production of pig iron in blast furnace. So what we are going to discuss is production of pig iron in blast furnace. So in the last session we have discussed, that means we can obtain pig iron from blast furnace. So here we are going to discuss in detail how the blast furnace will be and what are the charge, what is the charge, that means what is the raw material for blast furnace and how we are going to get that pig iron, what are the operations that will take place in the blast furnace and what are the products and byproducts of a blast furnace we are going to discuss. See here we are having here we are having in this session production of pig iron in blast furnace. These things we are going to discuss. Production of pig iron in blast furnace. Okay. So here, if you see here, these things we have discussed in the previous session. Just now I have told you. See, types of extraction of metals. So what are the different extraction metallurgy we are having? So what are the different extraction methods we are having for extraction of metals from their ores? These things we have discussed. And later, what are the raw materials used for the production of iron and steel? So what are the raw materials we are using for production of iron? So and how many types of iron ores are there? Those things we have discussed in the previous session. Okay, and here, so we are going to discuss very important furnace, that is blast furnace. So we know that pig iron is the product from blast furnace. So first we are going to learn about what is pig iron. So what is pig iron and what is the composition of this pig iron we are going to discuss. And next, how the pig iron is made. That means what is the flow diagram for the extraction of pig iron. So how the pig iron is made from the raw materials by using blast furnace. And later we will discuss about the constructional details and the operation of blast furnace and production of pig iron from blast furnace. So how this pig iron is produced from the blast furnace we will discuss. And here later we will discuss the products and byproducts of blast furnace in this session. So what you are going to get at the end of the operation of the blast furnace. So obviously we have discussed we will get pig iron, that is the main product, and along with pig iron we will get some additional products, that means as byproducts. So we will also discuss those byproducts of this blast furnace. Okay, so we will go one by one. See here, what is pig iron we will discuss. See, so here we have to discuss very clearly. See here, pig iron is obtained by the reduction of iron ore in the blast furnace. So how you are going to get pig iron is, we will get pig iron from the iron ore. How you will get? By the reduction process. So reduction, that means we are removing the oxygen content from the iron ore, where we are doing this one in a blast furnace. So how you are going to get pig iron? You are going to get pig iron from the blast furnace by the reduction of iron ore, then you will get the pig iron. So how you are going to get here? If you see here, you are having iron ore and it is reacting with the carbon monoxide, you are getting iron and carbon dioxide. Okay, so if you see the reaction, what you are having, so iron ore is reacting with your carbon monoxide and the reduction process will take place. Reduction of this iron ore is taking place and you are getting this iron and carbon dioxide. So what is the charge generally we are using in the blast furnace to get pig iron is, see here, this is very important. This one is very important. Here if you see, this one is very important. So what is the charge for a blast furnace? See, what is the charge for a blast furnace? This is very important. So charge is equal to coke, iron ore and limestone. Along with this one, what we are going to send? We are going to send a blast of air. So which is having oxygen for burning of this coke, it is useful. Okay. So mainly this coke, iron ore and limestone are the charge for blast furnace to produce pig iron. So I'm repeating once again what we have discussed in this slide. How you are going to get pig iron in a blast furnace? So by the reduction of iron ore in the blast furnace, you are going to get pig iron. And how this iron ore is reduced, that means reduction process, how the reduction process will take place here. So you are having iron ore and it reacts with carbon monoxide, then you will get iron plus carbon dioxide. So here you are getting this iron. So here you are getting iron. And if you see the charge, so if you observe the charge, that means what is the raw material you are going to give to the blast furnace? That is nothing but your coke, iron ore and limestone. Coke, iron ore and limestone along with oxygen blast, that means air blast we are going to give, but this is considered as the main charge. Coke, iron ore and limestone. Already we have discussed in the first session, that is how you will get coke. So when coal is sent to coke ovens, that means dry distillation of coal will take place in coke ovens, then you will get coke. That coke is used as a reducing agent in this blast furnace. So coke plus iron ore and limestone is used as the charge. Very, very important question. What is the charge for blast furnace? And what is the charge for production of pig iron? So what is the charge? The charge is coke, iron ore and limestone. Okay, coke, iron ore and limestone. And if you go for the second slide, if you see in the second slide, flow chart. So what we have discussed, if you see that one only. See here. So what is the charge? Just now we have discussed, we are having, if you see, what is the charge? We are having coke, iron ore. So the iron ore may be hematite, magnetite, limonite, siderite and limestone. So these three are mixed and it is sent to blast furnace. So what you are going to get? You are going to get pig iron. What you are going to get? You are going to get pig iron. See this pig iron. So what is the charge? So you are giving charge that like coke, iron ore, limestone. So this is the charge for a blast furnace. So these three are inserted. That means that is given as raw material to the blast furnace. After operation, what you are going to get? You are going to get pig iron. So this is very, very important. That means what is the charge for the blast furnace and what is the main product of blast furnace. So two questions are there in this flow chart. Okay, very easy to understand. What is the charge for the blast furnace and what is the main product of blast furnace? The charge is coke, iron ore and limestone. And what you are going to get? You are going to get pig iron. And if you go for the next one, see here. See, this is the schematic representation of blast furnace. That is a line diagram of a blast furnace. Very, very important. So in the examination, they will ask, draw a blast furnace diagram neatly and name the parts and explain the operation. Okay. So you are able to draw this diagram neatly by identifying the parts. If you see here, so this is one view and this is another view. And if you see here, you are having different zones of temperature here. And this is the hearth, you are having a hearth portion here. If you see, you are having two double bell shape is here. You are having a hopper, you are having a small bell, you are having a large bell here. Okay, I will show you. See here, you are having hopper, small bell, okay, large bell, and you are having skip. For this, you are having a skip host, and this is the shell. And here you are having refractory materials. This is the shell, okay. And if you see, you are having tires which are used to send the air blast. And from this one, you are removing the waste gas down, waste, okay. And here, this is known as the wash area, and this is known as the throat area. You are having throat area, and this is known as the hearth area. Okay, so this the mid portion is the wash area, and this top portion is the hearth throat area, and this bottom portion where this pig iron settles is known as the hearth area. So you are having pig iron on that one. The slag is settled. The slag is removed from the slag discharge. That means from the tap hole, from the slag remover hole, and this pig iron is removed from the tap hole. From the tap hole, the pig iron is removed. If you see here, so you are having slag, and from here you are having liquid iron. So this slag is floating on the pig iron, so which can be removed from the here. You can remove. This is the slag. It is, if you see the height, this is height and this is lower, because this pig iron is heavier, it settles down, and this your slag is having less weight, so it floats on the pig iron, and which can be removed easily by using this slag discharge hole. And at the bottom, what you are having liquid iron. So this liquid iron is can be tapped from here, and it can be filled here, and it can be further classified. And if you see here, so what is the charge we are having? We are having iron ore, limestone and coke. So this is the charge. It can be laid in the blast furnace layer by layer. And you are having hot blast of air. So I already told you, from the tires we have to send the blast of air, which is used for the burning of coke. Okay, so this is the main construction of a blast furnace. I am repeating once again. See, I am repeating once again. So you are having a cylindrical type of shell you are having. So you are having three portions: the throat portion, the boss portion, and the hearth portion. And at the throat area, what you are having at the opening, what you are having double bell cone arrangement. That means a small bell and the large bell you are having, and a hopper you are having. From that one, the charge is placed here. And if you see here, you are having a slag discharge hole here, and you are having a liquid iron discharge hole here. Okay, and you are having tires for sending the air blast. So this is the refractory material inside the blast furnace walls. So this is the shell you are having, and this is the for escape of hot gases you are having an arrangement. This is the main construction details of a blast furnace. So we also already know that we are having iron as iron ore. That means iron ore and limestone and coke are the charge for the blast furnace. So we have to make, we have to keep this iron ore, limestone and coke layer by layer in the blast furnace, and we have to send the tires from, that means air blast from here, such that it can, the coke can burn, and the temperature from, if you come, if you from the top to bottom, if you come, the temperature will increase. So you are having maximum temperature at this point. So here you are having this pig iron in the liquid state. If you observe this one, you are having this portion is whatever the blue color you are seeing, that is nothing but the pig iron in the liquid state, and that is you are having some white portion here, that is nothing but slag, so which is floating on the pig iron. So the slag is having less weight, so it can float on the pig iron, which settles on the hearth. So the slag can be removed by using this slag discharge hole here, and your pig iron is tapped from the liquid iron. That means whatever the tap you are having, so that liquid iron is tapped from this one, and it can be sent to further processing. So this is, so what you are giving here, you are giving, this is the charge here, and you are sending you are sending the hot air gas, that means hot air. Because of that, different chemical reactions will take place. At the end, what you are going to get, you are getting pig iron. So this is the main details of a blast furnace, and in the coming slides we are going to discuss how the charge will be given, and how the pig iron will be produced, and what are the chemical reactions that will take place, we will discuss. If you see here, so in the next slide, we will have different diagrams related to blast furnace. See here. If you see here, this is your blast furnace. So here you are having different arrangements for sending the charge, and what you are having this. If you see this arrangement, here in this arrangement, you are having a combustion chamber where you are getting this hot air blast. So from this chamber only you are getting the hot air blast. That hot air blast is sent to the blast furnace. Okay, so and you are having tap hole. All these things are same. You are having, see, stock, throat, okay, stock and boss and hearth. So you are having different portions: throat portion, stock portion, and your boss portion, and you are having hearth portion. So you are having different portions here. So the hot air gas is sent to here. Hot air gas is sent to from here. Later we are having, so here we are sending the hot air blast to from the tires to the blast furnace. So in this way, we are going to get pig iron from the blast furnace. If you see, this is also a blast furnace process. So you are having, this is stock house. From this one, what you are going to get, you are going to get the iron ore, okay, iron ore, and that is when your charge is placed from this arrangement by layer, and you are having a hot air blast here, and this whatever the liquid pig iron you are getting, it is sent to further processing, and this is the exhaust hot air which is used for further processing of different at different stages. So this is a schematic representation of your blast furnace process. See, this is also your blast furnace in a 3D view. So it is for only understanding purpose, but you have to able to draw these diagrams. These are very, very important. This is a line sketches. Okay, you are able to draw this diagram neatly and you have to identify the parts. But these are for understanding purpose. This is also, and this is also for understanding purpose, how the blast furnace look like and how the material can be transmitted. These things we can understand by using this one. And if you see here, this is very, very important. If you see how the things are happening, if you see, if you take the blast furnace, I will, you have to understand it carefully. I will show you. See, so what we are going to get, we are going to get, see here, if you see, we are having a charge. What is the charge for a blast furnace? You are having coke, limestone, and hematite. So what is hematite here? Iron ore. So generally we can take any iron ore. So here they have taken hematite. So hematite, limestone, and coke are the charge for the blast furnace, and it is sent to the. So what we are doing? We are sent. That means it is sent to the, it is sent to the blast furnace. So if you see the temperature, it is 300, 600, 800 to 1000 degrees, and 1200 to 1300, 1500, 1600 degrees centigrade. So you are sending hot air gas from here. From here, you are sending hot air gas. So hot air gas is sent from these tires, and you are having layer by layer this charge. That means you are having coke and limestone and your iron ore. They can be placed in the blast furnace layer by layer. So when you send the hot air from this one, what will happen? The coke starts burning. Because of that one, the temperature is more here, and it is when you move upside, what you are having less temperature, and you are having this, you are having a waste gas outlet here, and here also you are sending. That means from the bottom you are sending the hot air. Okay, and if you see here, here if you see this blue one, here the blue one is the, here if you see the blue one is the slag, and this this bottom one is the molten pig iron. So always you remember one thing, the molten iron is heavier compared to your slag. So automatically what will happen, the molten metal will settle down, and on that one you will having the slag. So you are having slag here, and on the bottom you are having the molten pig iron. So when you send this one into the blast furnace, when you lay the charge layer by layer in the blast furnace, or you are sending hot air, and you will get some chemical reactions here. By getting chemical reactions, what you will get at the end, here you will get molten pig iron and molten slag you will get. So this molten slag can be removed from this hole. What you are having here, you are having one hole. From that one you can remove the molten slag, and from here molten, here from here you will remove the pig iron. So in this way the molten, that means the pig iron is made from the blast furnace. So you have to understand, so what we are giving as a charge, what we are giving as the raw material to the blast furnace, and what you are going to get from the blast furnace, and how the process will take place, we will discuss in the coming slides. If you see here, this is the blast furnace charging, how the charge is, see layer by layer we are going to get the charge? See here, very important question. What is the function of charge? See in the charge, what we are having? We are having iron ore and coke and limestone. So why we are having iron ore? So simple, because iron ore is containing iron. So that's why we are going to extract that iron. So that is the main charge. That is the main element in the charge, because we are going to get iron. So we should have an iron ore. Otherwise, we will not get any iron. So that is the main function of iron ore. That means it is the main element which is having iron. From that one, we are going to get the iron. Okay, and you are having another two. What are those? You are having coke and limestone. So what is the main function of coke? See here, very important here. In the examination, they will ask, what is the function of coke? What is the function of coke? What is the function of charge? Means you have to write 3. That means what is the function of iron ore? Because iron ore is having iron as one of the constituent in it, so we have to extract it. So that's why we are using iron as in the charge, iron ore in the charge. So the first one is over. And what is the second one? The second one is coke. So what is coke? So what is the importance? That means what is the function of this coke? See here, the main function of coke is to provide heat. So when it burns, when you send the hot air blast, because of that hot air blast, what will happen? It will start burning. When it start burning, what you will get? You will get heat. So because of that heat, what will happen? Carbon monoxide will be formed, and the whatever the your iron ore is having, that will become that will melt, and it acts as a reducing agent. That means it removes the oxygen content from the iron ore. Okay, so the main function of coke is to provide heat, to act as reducing agent. So you should remember 2 points. First one is it will provide heat, and the second one, it will act as reducing agent. Okay, so what is the function of coke? So the function of coke is to provide heat, as well as it will act as a reducing agent. And what is the function of this limestone? So this limestone acts as a flux. Okay, so what is the function of a flux? So it will act as a flux. So what is the function of that flux? The flux combines with the impurities and forms slag, which can be removed from the slag hole. Okay, I'm repeating once again. So what is the function of limestone? Limestone acts as a flux. So how the limestone acts? Limestone acts as flux. So what is the function of flux? What is meant by flux? So this flux reacts with the impurities that are present and forms slag. Okay, so that slag can be removed, right? So indirectly, what we can say, how this limestone is useful for removing the impurities, indirectly we can say. But how it is forming, that means how the impurities can be removed, that is also important. So we have to how to answer for this question. That's mean here limestone acts as a flux. So we know that what is flux? Flux is nothing but flux reacts with the impurities and forms slag. So that slag can be easily removed. Okay, and temperature of charge is increased as it descends down the bottom of the furnace. I already told you. See, you are having 300 at the throat portion, but you are having 1600 degrees at the hearth portion. That means from the top to bottom, what is happening? The temperature is increasing. From bottom to top, what is happening? It is decreasing. So if you see here, temperature of charge is increased as it descends down to the bottom of the furnace. So from where you are charging the charge into the blast furnace? From the top. So from the top, when the charge is descending down, when the charge is coming down, what is happening? The temperature is increasing. So at the top portion, that means at the throat portion you are having 300 degrees centigrade, at the bottom portion you are having 1600 degrees centigrade. That means when it is moving down, what you are going to get, you are going to get temperature is increased. So from 300 to 16 degrees 1600 degrees centigrade, it is increasing. Okay, so this is very very important topic here, this function of charge. I'm repeating once again, what is the main function of coke? So what is the main function of coke? It is used to supply, that means to provide heat, and as well as it acts as a reducing agent. So two. And what is the function of a limestone? Limestone will act as flux. What a flux will do? So flux reacts or combines with the impurities and forms slag. So that slag can be removed from the slag hole. So indirectly what we are doing, we are removing the impurities. So for that one, which is helpful, limestone is helpful. And if we know that the temperature, we are sending the air blast from the bottom, and you are charging the charge from the top. So as the charge is descending down, what is happening? The temperature is increasing. At the top you are having 300 degrees centigrade, at the bottom you are having 1600 degrees centigrade. So in this way the temperature is increased. Okay, so from this one, these are the main points. And you may ask one thing, in that charge you are also having iron ore. Yes, we are having iron ore. So what is the function of that iron ore? Iron ore, by using iron ore only, we are going to get extract iron. So which is having the main constraint of iron. So that's why that is the main function of iron ore. That means iron ore is having iron as one of its constraints. So without using iron ore, we are unable to get so iron. So that is the main function of iron ore. So from that iron ore only we are going to extract the iron. And coming to next slide. So this is very very important. This is also most of the times it is asked in the examinations. Describe blast furnace. So you have to draw the diagram and you have to describe it. So how that means how it is, that means how the construction of the blast furnace and how the operation of the blast furnace, these things we are going to discuss. See, the top portion of the furnace stem of the stack is known as, see here, so you are having a shell type. So what is the shape of your blast furnace? Shell. So what is the shape of your blast furnace? It is like a shell. Okay, so the top portion of the furnace shell is known as stack. That is called also throat. Okay, so you are having stack portion, that means the upper portion of your blast furnace is known as throat. The middle section of the pores is known as wash. So these are very very important. So what is throat? Okay, so you are having a stack of shell of stack. So that top portion is known as throat. I already told you the top portion is known as throat, and the middle section portion is known as wash, and it is known as the smelting zone. That means it is the hottest part of the furnace. Hottest part of the furnace. So after that only you are having the lowest portion. So in that lowest portion is known as hearth. After melting of this pig iron, it will settle down. It will be settled down. The molten pig iron and the slag will settle down on the hearth, and which will act as the collecting basin for your molten metal as well as slag. And if you see here, if you see, you are having, it is a vertical shell and height varies between 24 to 33 meters and diameter also varies. So how the shell looks like? It is having a vertical shell. That means you are having vertical shape. So it is having some height. How much height it is having? It is 24 to 30 meters height it is having, and the diameter also, if you see the diameter of the shell, it is not uniform, it is changing. So from the top it is small, and it is the midsection it is more, and it is the less at the bottom. So it is varying cross section, you are having varying diameter you are having. So the diameter of the shell is varying from top to bottom, and the height can be varied generally from 24 meters to 33 meters. The capacity of the furnace generally from 800 to 1200 tons of pig iron per day. That means it can produce 800 tons to 1200 tons of pig iron daily we can produce by using this blast furnace. If you see here, what are the things we have discussed? I will repeat once again. So first we have to describe the construction details of a blast furnace, how the blast furnace will look like. So what is the shape of a blast furnace? It is like a shell. So it is a vertical shell type of shape is there for the blast furnace. So the top portion of the shell stack is known as throat, and the middle section of the shell is known as wash, and which can be described as the smelting zone. That means here the melting process will takes place and it is the hottest zone in the furnace, and the lowest portion is known as hearth, where the molten metal and the slag will settle down. It will act as a collecting basin for molten iron and slag. And if you see here, it is a vertical shell, so you are having certain height. That means how much height will be there generally. So what is the height variation in that one? The height variation will be generally 24 meters to 33 meters. You are having the height variation, and its diameter also vary from top to bottom. And what is the capacity of a blast furnace? Generally the capacity may be from 800 to 1200 tons per day. That means a blast furnace can produce 800 tons to 1200 tons of pig iron per day. So this is the general description of blast furnace. That means general description means so how the construction will be there. So we'll discuss some more points. Operation. So first one is construction, second one is operation. So how the operation will take place? See here, what is the operation, how the operation will takes place. See, we know that we are having a charge that is called iron ore, coke and limestone. It is charged in alternate layers. See here, alternate layers in the furnace. So what is the ratio? That means all are not equal in quantity. Okay, so 3 is to 2 is to 1. That means iron ore should be more and coke somewhat less, and limestone is very less. So 3 is to 2 is to 1 ratio by its weight. Okay, so if you take 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg, like that. Okay, so in this ratio we have to charge the charge into blast furnace as layers. So what is the ratio? 3 is to 2 is to 1 by its weight. Okay, so this is the first point. And later coke is burned and the oxygen is forced through the base of the furnace. So already we know that we are sending oxygen blast or air blast from the tires from the bottom portion of the blast furnace. So because of that one, your coke is burned. Okay, and the slag is drawn off at high notch. High notch means at the higher level you are having a tap hole. That means at notch, which can be used for tapping or which can be used for removing the slag. And that means high notch means it is having at a higher level because your slag is having less weight compared to your molten metal, so it is floating on the molten metal. And your molten metal is drawn off from the lower notch. That means the molten pig iron will settle down at the bottom because of its weight, so it is removed, it is tapped from the blast furnace by using this lower notch. So molten pig iron is poured into molds or sent directly to refining. So here you have to remember one thing, this molten pig iron is sent into the molds to get solidification, or it can be sent directly in the liquid form to further refinement. See why I am saying here, see this whatever the pig iron we are going to get from the blast furnace, it is not suitable for industrial applications as the properties of the pig iron are not suitable for industrial applications. So for that purpose, what we have to do, we have to send it for further refining. Then only we can use that one for the industrial applications. So for that purpose, it should be sent to refining, or it can be made into more solid state. That means you can solidify it, and after solidification, those solidified bars can be used for further refining. So directly you can do, or indirectly you can do further refinement. So here, what is the operation? So how the operation will be there? So here, if you have to take the charge, that is iron ore, coke and limestone as the charge, and that can be laid into the blast furnace in the layers uh, in the ratio 3:2:1 by its weight. And later we have to send hot air blast from the tires, which is having at the bottom portion of the blast furnace. Because of that one, that coke is will start burning, and you will get iron, pig iron in the molten state, and slag that can be settled in the hearth portion. So as the pig iron is having weight, it will settle at the bottom. On that one, your slag will float. So from that, the slag can be removed from the high notch, and the pig iron can be removed. That means tapped from the lower notch. And this pig iron can be sent directly for the further refinement, or it can be sent to mold, and later after solidification, that pig iron bars can be sent to further refinement. Why we are sending for further refinement? Because the pig iron is not suitable for industrial applications directly, as it is not having good properties which are uh, which is that means which is not having good properties which are suitable for, which are not suitable for industrial application. That means indirectly we can say only in a single sentence, that means pig iron is not having mechanical properties that are suitable for industrial applications. Later we will discuss different reactions here. Okay, this is also very important in the examination. See, what are the reactions of charge? So how the reactions will take place in the blast furnace, and how you are going to get this pig iron. See here, first your carbon that is present in the coke and oxygen will react, and carbon dioxide will be formed. So the first reaction, you are going to get carbon dioxide. This iron ore and carbon monoxide will react, and you are getting iron and carbon dioxide. So here you are getting iron, and you are getting limestone will decompose into lime and carbon dioxide in the third reaction, and manganese oxide and carbon reacts, and you will get carbon monoxide and manganese. And here silicon dioxide and carbon, that means these are the impurities, so it reacts with carbon and you will get silicon and carbon monoxide. And phosphorus pentoxide and carbon, phosphorus and carbon monoxide. If you see FeS and CaO and C, here you are going to get iron and CaS and CO. Okay, so in this one you are going to get iron, and the remaining are settled as slag. So these are the very important reactions of blast furnace, which are frequently asked in the examinations. And next, products of blast furnace. So not only byproducts, here you are also main product. That means if you see here, this is your main product. So what is the main product of blast furnace? Pig iron. Along with pig iron, you are having slag, and you are having blast furnace gas. That means you are having hot gas you are getting as output. That means when you are sending air blast, because of that one, so you are getting hot gas as exhaust, right? So that hot gas is used for in certain applications. So that hot furnace gas is also used for in different applications. So this is also a product, byproduct. So actually we need pig iron, but along with pig iron we are having slag as well as blast furnace gas. So this pig iron is used for further processing, as it is not suitable for industrial applications because of its inferior properties. And you are having slag which can be used in cement industries and in some other industries, this slag can be used. And your blast furnace gas is used for heating applications in different applications. So this is the main product. Your iron, that means your pig iron is the main product, and your this one slag and your blast furnace gas are the byproducts. Okay, so when they ask byproducts, you should mention all these things, but you should mention this pig iron as main product. Okay, so that for that pig iron only we are using blast furnace. Along with that pig iron, you are going to get slag and blast furnace gas. This blast furnace gas is used for heating applications in some heating purpose in so many applications, and slag can be used in cement related, that means manufacturing of cement and different companies. This slag can be used as a raw material. Okay, so these are the products and byproducts of a blast furnace. Okay, so if you go for the summary, so what we have studied, so if you see the summary, what we have studied, so first we have discussed what is a pig iron. So how you are going to get pig iron, right? So how you are going to get pig iron? When the iron ore is reduced in the blast furnace, you are going to get pig iron, right? So that is, it is not having good properties, so it is not usable for industrial applications. And later we have discussed what is the charge for your blast furnace. What is the charge? Iron ore plus coke plus limestone. This is the charge for your blast furnace. So iron ore, maybe it is hematite, magnetite, limonite, and siderite. Okay, so these are the different iron ores that are available in India. And later we have discussed what is the application, what is the function of this charge. What is the function of charge? So what is the function of this iron ore? Because iron ore is having iron as the main constraint, so by using iron ore we are extracting the iron. So that is the main function of iron ore. And what is the second one? You are having coke. So what is the purpose of coke? Coke is, the main function of coke is to provide heat, and it will act as a reducing agent. And the third one, what is that one? Limestone. What is the main function of limestone? It acts as a flux. What a flux will do? Flux reacts with the impurities and forms slag, so that slag can be removed from the slag hole. So in this way, we are removing the impurities from the blast furnace. Okay, so and we know that we are charging this charge at the top portion, so that when it is moving down, when the charge is moving down, the temperature is increasing. Already we have discussed all these things. Later we have discussed the construction details of the blast furnace. So how the blast furnace construction is there. So it is a cylindrical type of shell you are having. Inside you are having refractory material, refractory bricks are placed, that means refractory lining is there, and the top portion is known as throat, and the middle section is known as wash, and the bottom portion is known as hearth. Okay, so the wash portion is the hottest portion where the smelting will occur. So when you charge from the top in layers, so in the ratio 3:2:1, so first one is iron ore, second one is coke, and third one is limestone. So by its weight, we will take in the ratio 3:2:1, and we will charge into the blast furnace layer by layer. And from the bottom, what you are going to get, you are sending the hot air gases into the blast furnace, and because of that hot gas, coke will burn and different reactions will take place. So later we have discussed different reactions, and after that reactions, what you are going to get, you are going to get the pig iron in the molten state will settle down on the hearth as it is having weight. On that one, you are having slag which is having impurities. So by opening the slag hole, we can remove the slag along with the impurities. That means when it is formed, when the flux reacts with the impurities, you are going to get slag. So the slag can be removed. So indirectly we can say that impurities are removed. And by opening the bottom notch, that means tap hole for the pig iron, so we can we can collect the pig iron in the molten state from that tap hole, which is sent to further refining, or it can be sent to mold for solidification process, and later it can be sent to further refining. Why we should go for further refining? Because the pig iron is not suitable for industrial applications, because it is not having good mechanical properties. Because of that one, it can be sent to further refining. So these things we have discussed. See here. So what we have discussed in this class? So we have discussed what is pig iron and what is the charge and what is the principal operation of the blast furnace, that is construction and operation and the reactions in the blast furnace, and what you are going to get at the end. That means what is the main product and what is the byproduct. So what is the main product? You are going to get pig iron is the main product of the blast furnace. Along with pig iron, you are going to get blast furnace gas, blast furnace hot gas, so which is used for heating purpose in different applications. And you are having slag. The slag is used in different industries as a raw material, especially for cement industries. So that is the product of blast furnace we have discussed in this session. Okay, so if you see the quiz, so we will discuss some quiz questions here. So the product of blast furnace, what you are going to get at the end of a blast furnace operation. So what you are going to get, which product you are going to get? Pig iron. Reducing agent in blast furnace. So which can act as a reducing agent? Coke or limestone? So here what they have given, so charge, slag and air. So if you see here, in the charge, what we are having iron ore, coke and limestone. Here coke will act as a reducing agent. So which is the answer? Charge. The temperature of the base of the blast furnace is about, so in Fahrenheit, it is 3500 degrees Fahrenheit. If it is in degrees centigrade, it is 1600 degrees centigrade Fahrenheit. 1600 degrees centigrade and 3500 degrees Fahrenheit. So what is the answer? 3500 degrees Fahrenheit. So generally, these are the questions they will ask. What is a pig iron? So how you are going to get this pig iron? What is a pig iron? So what is a pig iron? Pig iron is obtained from the iron ore by the reduction of iron ore in a blast furnace. This pig iron is having inferior properties which is not suitable for industrial applications. And what is the charge for producing pig iron? Very, very important question. All these are very, very important questions. Generally, these are the questions that will be asked in the examination. What is pig iron? You are able to answer. So how we are going to get in the pig iron? When the iron ore is reduced in a blast furnace, you are going to get pig iron. So that is pig iron. So whatever the product you are going to get in the blast furnace by reduction of iron ore, that is called pig iron. And what is the charge for producing pig iron? So what is the charge we are going to get? Iron ore, coke and limestone. That is the charge for your producing pig iron from the blast furnace. What are the reactions in the blast furnace? So you are having a list of reactions. So those reactions you should write. Those are the reactions that will take place in a blast furnace to get pig iron. And what are the products of blast furnace? See here, products. He is asking products. That means what is the main product and what are the byproducts? What is the main product? That is pig iron. And what are the byproducts? You are having hot blast furnace gas and slag. So these are the products of blast furnace. So main product as well as byproduct, those combined together known as the product of blast furnace. And what is the charge used in blast furnace? We know just now we have discussed. And what is the function of charge? So in function of charge means in charge what you are having? You are having iron ore, you are having coke and you are having limestone. So what is the function of iron ore? So iron ore is having iron as one of its constituents. So this iron, for that iron only we are using this blast furnace. So it provides iron. That is the main function of iron ore. And what is the function of coke? Coke will, that means it will produce heat and it will act as reducing agent. It is having two functions. And what is the third one? Limestone. Limestone will act as a flux. So what is a flux? Flux will react with the impurities and forms slag. That slag can be removed. So indirectly we can remove the impurities. So these are the functions of charge. You are having three elements. That means what is iron ore and your coke and limestone. So you have to mention the functions of all these three. And what is the principle and operation of blast furnace? It is a very, very important question. So you have to draw the diagram and you have to explain the construction and you have to explain the operation and you have to explain the reactions that takes place and what are the products you are going to get. So the complete constructional details, operational details, reactions, and the products you are going to get, those things you should mention here. So principal operation of the blast furnace with a diagram you have to mention if it is given for a 5 marks question. Okay, so here we have discussed production of pig iron by using blast furnace. We have discussed till now. So with this one, I am closing this session.